former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the pan-Yoruba socio-political organization Afenifere have disagreed with the ruling All Progressives Congress over President Bola Tinubu's performance in office. On May 29, President Tinubu reeled out his achievements in office in the last 2 years, saying he has not only improved security, but also grown the economy. Describing the Tinubu-led government as exhibiting anti-democratic tendencies, economic mismanagement, and disregard for the welfare of Nigerians, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar warned that the country risks becoming a one-party state where power is abused and accountability is eroded. Also reacting, the pan-Yoruba socio-political organization Afenifere lamented that the impact of Tinubu's economic reforms has continued to bite harder on Nigerians. The APC, however, said while Tinubu's predecessors avoided tackling complex challenges, the president has confronted all challenges without hesitation. To discuss this, we're joined by the Director of Research of Socio-Cultural Association, Afenifere, and the Secretary, Steering Committee of the Eminent Members Forum, Akin Fapohunda. Mr. Fapohunda, thank you so much for joining us on the news.
Very much. Good afternoon, viewers.
Let's start with your honest assessment of President Tinubu's 2 years in office.
The president and the political class, they are on the wrong course. They are misdirected. And no matter what they achieve, they are not on the right course at all. Why do I say that? The government says they are doing the road to Calabar at 13 or 15 trillion naira, one project. That's colossal. What is the impact of that in the last 2 years now? No impact. The road from Ibadan to Ilesha to Akure is the worst in the world that is being used by individuals. No attention to it. That's wrong. The government is saying they are going to give loans to students. They are impoverishing the students in the future. So you borrow money to go to school. When are you going to pay back? That's the kind of thing that the government is touting that they've achieved. Now the government is borrowing. We are indebted to about 144 trillion naira currently. And this week, they just submitted another request for $21 billion. When are we going to pay back all these monies? It's unbelievable that we're on the wrong course. We're on the wrong course.
But the president has said that security and economy have improved. What's your take on that?
Well, everything is relative in life. Every day you wake up, life is going on, but by what magnitude? Just now, I ordered a plate of rice in a second-rate restaurant, 8,000 naira. Just rice, plantain, and 2 pieces of beef, 8,000 naira. As at last month, you coppers has been paid 33,000 naira per month. So can you coppers afford to go and eat a plate of rice in a second-rate restaurant in Abuja at 8,000 naira a plate? This is how you measure performance. This is how cement is now 10,000 naira a bag. That's how you measure performance. Petrol is still 900 naira a liter. That's how you measure performance. I don't know. Well, they are enjoying themselves. They are closing roads. They are having SUVs everywhere. That's okay. Does that affect ordinary Nigerians? It doesn't.
Now, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, accused the president of anti-democratic tendencies, economic mismanagement, part of the things you just talked about, and disregard for the welfare of Nigerians. Does this mean that the president is guilty as charged, even as he has come out to say that his policies are actually yielding results?
Well, the political class, they are so self-serving. Not one of them is exempted. Atiku, he just want to achieve his lifelong ambition. Tinubu's turn, so it's Atiku's turn to rule over us. Can we afford 36 state governments? Can we afford 36 state assemblies drawing money? Can we afford 750 parastatals under Rosalie report? Can we, the structure of Nigeria good? Do we have resources free to run the lives of Nigerians? We don't, so they all want to occupy positions and they buy new SUVs and buy new jets. They are misdirected, all of them, without exception.
So then what should have been the direction of this administration having come into power 2 years ago?
It is to cut down on the cost of governance. It is to find out what happened to the colossal money spent on Port Harcourt and Warri refinery. Government resigned on the account of that. Under the watch of government, you promised 2 refineries and you spend billions of dollars on its maintenance, and the job being closed down this month. Government resigned because of that, because of relation of duty. But we are talking about defections from Delta states. Fubara is facing President Tinubu for good work. And they are celebrating ECOWAS that have disintegrated. What's ECOWAS? ECOWAS should be shut down. The whole of this week is shut down to circulate ECOWAS. Which ECOWAS now? So I said so that the political class, they are just facing a wrong direction. They are just doing what I regard as workless work, motion without movement. So sadly, that's the situation.
But this administration will probably come out to say that we've seen stability in the exchange rates for a couple of weeks now, if not months, and inflation has dropped by about 10% thereabouts. And we're also seeing stability and a reduction in pump price. Isn't that something to at least be cheery about?
You know, human nature, anything you do has impact. If you poo-poo in the toilet, maggots we have to eat, so that's a positive impact. But do you want maggots to be eating poo-poo? Is that achievement? Well, the government has done something. I mean, we are selling over 1 million barrels of crude oil every day. Money is coming in. The governors are awarded contracts. They are doing all kinds of things. If you come to Abuja now, the whole street is occupied by billboards. 2027 election. So something is being done, but is it the aggregate of what should advance the country? That's the issue. Nothing you do is totally useless. But what is the positive impact? Are we making progress as a nation? Fundamental progress, not incremental. What is, okay, inflation reduced from 24 to 23%. What is 1% in what we are talking now? I told you about a plate of rice is now 8,000 in a restaurant in Abuja. Cement used to be 1,005, it is now 10,000. Those are majestics for measuring the government performance.
But then would you blame the problems of the country solely on the president when we also have state governors or governments who are meant to actually bring the dividends of democracy closer to the people?
The federal government is the presidency is the most powerful occupation office in the world. The government has unlimited powers. To show example, President Tinubu awarded contract 13 trillion Lagos-Calabar Road without talking to anybody, without National Assembly concurrence, without debate, without design. That's an example he's giving to the states. The states don't have budget. Since when did you see budget performance from Lagos State or from Osun State or from any state for that matter? The umbrella of federal government is what covers all the state governments. If the federal government was to be frugal and quite directed in what it's doing, the states will take you. But federal government shares its own money every month. The state comes to Abuja to share their own, and they do what they like with it. No accountability. Is impunity unlimited. Local government now, they want revenue directly from federal government. Who is making them to be accountable? Nothing. Nothing. Emefiele had the temerity to go to court to say that his building was seized wrongly. He has no shame to be associated with 753 houses as a public servant. He filed a case this week challenging government takeover of 753 houses, one individual, no shame. Somebody should be crying, should be shot if it had to be Korea or China. But he went to court asking that the houses should be returned to him. This is where we are in Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Dr. Akin Fapohunda, for sharing your thoughts with us on the news.